Hey family, what's up? What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Um, Martin Luther King Day. Hope everybody, took some time out to, of course, honor him and everybody else that have fought for everything and everything that that has allowed us to live the way that we're living now. Everything isn't perfect, but things are definitely better than what they were a long time ago. So grateful for Martin Luther King, Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King, and everything that he has done to help progress us or help get us to where we are now. And things are definitely getting better. So grateful, definitely grateful for that. Want to welcome everybody here. It's live on Facebook, everybody live on Zoom, and everybody here on Clubhouse, guys. The time is now 8 o'clock. It's 8:01. We're going to be getting started here in about 3 more minutes. So in the meantime, between time, definitely make sure you got good signal. You got good Wi-Fi wherever you may be. Um, and and please, guys, make sure you got something to jot down some notes with. Of course, every week, 8 o'clock with our money making motivational mindset Zoom. Will and Tim, they're always sharing, wonderful, priceless gems. Great um, great things on mindset by itself. I mean, I know this is the real estate um, Zoom meetup that they do, but of course, this business is, I'm gonna say, 95% mindset. So that's what they go over each and every single Monday night, guys. Mindset. So we got about 2 more minutes until we get started with our Zoom. I'm looking forward to it. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get started, family. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody, had a great day. I hope everybody's looking forward to getting the Zoom started as well. We'll be getting started here in just a couple of more minutes. I'll see y'all soon. All right, family. Hey, Delano here. Want to welcome everybody to our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zoom. We do each and every single Monday night at 8 o'clock. Um, in which Will and Tim, they go over mindset, they go over real estate. Of course, they go over different real estate strategies, and of course, sometimes we have special guests. I know we're here live on Facebook. Of course, we're here live on Zoom, and newly, we just started doing Clubhouse. That the new app. So shout out to Deanna who's hosting Clubhouse with us. Um, Guys, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody had a great Monday. And what better way to finish and continue the rest of your week other than getting on tonight's call, our Monday Money Making Motivational Mindset Zooms to get you prepared for the week, get you in the right mindset, get your energy going and flowing in the right way. Guys, I'm super excited about tonight's call, guys. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you who've been rocking with us for a while, I want to welcome you guys back. REI Wholesalers Are Us was a little bit about REI Wholesalers Are Us. It was started almost 6 years ago by Will and Tim. Their goal and their intention and their purpose was and is to pretty much share their 20 plus years of real estate experience, ups and downs with the community. And since then, they helped a lot of people like myself get into this business full time. They helped a lot of buyers get some really great deals, provided jobs for contractors and countless of people that are working on the properties and working within the community. And of course, they helped a lot of sellers get rid of their problem situation. God knows where these sellers would be if, real estate investors like ourselves weren't there to help them out. But guys, I'm super excited, guys. I could go on and on about these brothers here, how much they've helped myself, helped the community of Atlanta, nationwide. But without further ado, my brothers Will Galloway and Tim Harvey, the stage is yours.
Hey, Delano, how's it going?
Hey, Tim, how you doing? I like your sweatshirt. That's cool.
Appreciate it, man. Can you see and hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, listen, guys, we are so excited. We are so grateful for Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday. Welcome to Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday. We hope every single Monday at 8 o'clock p.m., guys. Like I said, we are so excited. Before I get started with anything, I just want to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for giving us this opportunity to even get on this call, get on this Zoom, get on this Clubhouse, on this Facebook, and on every platform that we're on. We are so grateful to be able to jump on these platforms. Like I said, my name is Tim Harvey. My partner's name is Will Galloway, and Deanna Britt from Clubhouse is hosting us. And that young man that you just heard, his name is Donald Logan. He is one of the fastest growing real estate superstars here in Atlanta, Georgia. He is doing some really big things in his career. And as soon as we get an opportunity, we're going to get him open up the Clubhouse and to be able to tell a testimony about how he's doing this business and how he's just kicking down doors in this business. We want to give a big shout out to Delano and his service because, his wife Renee, it's her birthday today. And brother, we're just thankful for the service that you give every single week to Wholesalers Are Us, man. It doesn't go in vain. But guys, again, welcome to Wholesalers Are Us. Like I said, I'm Tim. My partner's name is Will, and I just want to get down to it, let you guys know where we come from, guys, and what's going on. I'm going to give a big shout out to the prophet, the man of God, Dr. Martin Luther King. Listen, if it wasn't for his dream, we would not even probably be on this line talking to you guys. And we are just so grateful that he even dared to dream. Not only that, but he dared to take action. And we're just grateful to celebrate this day right here in Atlanta, Georgia. But just to give you guys a little bit of background on us,
Tim.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. We got a little static. I don't know if that's from my side or your side, but we got a little static. Just wanted to make sure the audience was able to hear you clearly.
Okay, can you hear me clearly now?
I can hear you, but it's static, and I'm trying to find out if that's on your side or my side. That's what I'm trying to find out.
I'm completely on. I'm on mute on Clubhouse, so I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Okay, you're not static and now, but if I they said it's on your side.
Well, I'm on mute. Can they hear me on? Can you guys hear me on Zoom? We
can hear you now, but it's kind of went away. So hopefully it stay that way. So keep talking.
Okay.
If I interrupt you, I'm just kind of trying to get that right because I just want to make sure everybody is able to hear everything. Deanna was saying it might be the microphone. I don't know which microphone, because we only got one unmuted, and that's my line. And Tim,
Okay. Somebody saying it's on your side, bro.
somebody said something on my side.
I don't know if they're saying my side or your side. I'm not sure. Trisha and Tammy saying it's on his side.
Yana saying, Will, you are clear, but so I don't know if that's on. Just keep going though.
Okay. Yo, guys, listen, guys. We're working to meld these technologies. This whole technology thing is a blessing, and it's an honor to be able to have these merging technologies that are just going. I mean, these technologies are going. They're just changing every single minute, and I'm just grateful to be able to participate in this ever expanding technology. Like I said, I mean, back in 2000, I mean, I wasn't even thinking about this. Back in 2000, I was just a restaurant manager that wanted a way out. I was working about 80 hours a week back in 2000, and I was cooped up in a restaurant, working all those hours. And listen, I just wanted a way out. And a friend of mine, he actually came to me, and we had started actually an investment club, and he said, let's get into real estate. And the light bulb popped off. We got into real estate. I was eventually able to get into it full time, quit my job, and I was able to get into it full time, cold turkey, and had a renovation home that we were able to do. And I just lost my shirt on it, but I was addicted to the business. Stayed in the business, was able to lend money, became a lender, was able to do rehab homes, able to wholesale, stayed in the business till 2007, then the crash hit, and I had to go get a job, and the reason I got a job was because of my mindset. Had the wrong mindset, was around the wrong people, and decided to go back and get a job. So here I was, on a corporate 9-to-5, for the next couple of years. And a friend of mine actually came to me, my office mate that was sitting in the cubicle ahead of me. Can you guys hear me now? I want to make sure.
Yeah, so far everything kind of
okay, perfect.
It changed.
Okay, perfect. Well, listen, and my cubicle mate ahead, right in front of me, he wanted to get back into real estate. He was in it full time earlier, like I was. And thanks, Ricardo. But he was into it full time. He wanted to get back into the business full time, like I did. And guys, we had to mindset our way back into this business. We had to mindset our way back into this business. Mind you, all I wanted to do was make what I was making every single month on my job. That's all I wanted to do, was make what I was making every single month on my job. And by the time I got fired, I was making that and then some. And God just blessed me. God blessed me exponentially. Was able to really discover what this wholesaling was via short sales, and God blessed me exponentially. Was able to actually build a life for myself based on this. I was no longer one of the people that wanted to just look outside and see what was out there. And, when I was actually one of the people that was out there doing the things that need to be done. So here it is, back in 2014, just doing a lot of business, and had an opportunity to go and run into a bandit sign. And when I saw that bandit sign, that's how I ran into this gentleman that I'm on the line with now. I know it was God. I know it was God that just, that put us together, because, we did our first deal from that bandit sign. I almost didn't do the deal, but ended up doing our first deal from that bandit sign. And we have been blessed ever since. And from there, I'm going to let you, partner, tell the rest of the story.
Yeah, thank you, man, for introducing that and that story. My name is Will Galloway. I actually started back in real estate back in 2012 full time. Just a short synopsis of my story. Right before I started in real estate, I actually was in a nightclub business, and I started a nightclub back in 2008. 2 years into the business, I was actually losing my shirt and realizing that this was not for me. I got a call from God, and I prayed on it. And, this was around the time, of course, I met my wife. And it just came on me. God said that this is not what you're supposed to be doing. There's something else that you're supposed to be doing. You need to be focusing on whatever your love and passion is. And I just really found out that real estate was my passion. Back then, when I was wanting to do real estate, I was looking at HGTV like everybody else. I wanted to do the flip this house thing, and I wanted to renovate homes. I had no idea nothing about wholesaling. I didn't even stumble over the wholesaling until I started kind of looking at YouTube and looking at some of the things, the advertisement online, and something popped up about wholesaling. And once I studied it, I just realized that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is going to be the next blessing in my life that allows me to be able to be blessed, you know, and God put it on my heart. This is what you're supposed to be doing. So I just locked in. I just really locked in. I focused in on being the best investor I could. I made a lot of tons of mistakes. I really didn't even close my first deal to about 9 months in. And guys, I want to honestly say 8 to 9 months into the business, I was getting ready to quit. I actually had got offered a job with Comcast. And the only reason why I didn't take that job is because the hours were cutting into my Bible studies. And this was the time I was kind of renewing my mind, getting myself closer to God, trying to find some direction in my life. And I just felt like it was too critical for me to sacrifice a day of Bible study and God's word when he's speaking to me at that time. So when he's speaking to me, it would have took away everything to take a day away from his study. So I had to sacrifice and say, you know what? I'm not going to take this guaranteed job, but I'm going to step out on faith and do real estate. So I started back in 2012. I'll say 2014-ish, I believe, 13, 14-ish is when Tim called me from one of my bandit signs, because that was actually one of the first marketing campaigns that I actually could afford at the time. I was doing handwritten letters, and I was actually doing bandit signs. So Tim called me off a bandit sign. We met. We almost didn't do business together. We had, a deal that kind of almost fell apart. But God spoke to me and said, that's the gentleman that you're going to work with. That's the brother in Christ that you guys are going to grow a community with. And at the time, I didn't even understand what was going on. I just knew that, he put us together. So we eventually did start doing business together. And once we started doing business together, we were seeing a lot of success. He was seeing success in his business. God was blessing me in my business. And then all of a sudden, it got beyond us. It got to the point where it wasn't even about us anymore. It was about, hey, it's time to build a community. It's time to bring people together. It's time to do business with people. It's time to let people know what you guys do. And at the time, there was a lot of, gurus and a lot of people out there, of course, still to this day, teaching real estate. And everybody had courses for sale. Everybody was doing this and doing that. But God said, when you guys put this community together, I want everything to be free. I don't want you guys to charge for nothing. The same way I gave you guys the business and showed you guys how to be successful in this, I want you guys to get back. Put a community together where you guys can inspire people and motivate each other, because people, believe it or not, people need to hear motivation. People need to be inspired, and they need to be led through me and know that that's where it's coming from. So that's kind of what birthed Wholesalers of Russ back in 2015. Since then, we've consistently done free meetups. We still to this day have not charged for no services. And 3-4 years ago, we started this motivational money-making mindset Monday. And the reason and the purpose behind this call was that we found that people were thinking that real estate was holding them back, but we found out that the mindset was holding them back. We found out that mentally they were quitting because they didn't believe that they could do it. It was something in them, whether it was fear, maybe it was just being around the wrong people. There was different things that was crippling their mindset. So we had to figure out a way to stimulate their mindsets and push them forward and find out what their why and their purpose is, and allow them to focus more on that to birth out what's already in them. Because whether you know it or not, it's really all in you. You just have to know, you have to go and receive it and believe that it can be done. And that's kind of one of the things we wanted to kind of talk about before we jump into Q&A is when we think about King Day, we think about the fact that what if, purpose is in everybody, and a dream and desire to be successful and great is in everybody. So what if King didn't step out on faith and preach the gospel? What if he didn't step out on faith and preach nonviolence? What if he did that? We wouldn't be celebrating him today. And I want to challenge everybody that's listening to know that there's a king inside of all of us. There's queens inside of all of us, because guess what? God has put something on you. He has put a desire, a passion, an idea, an invention. You may be, holding something back. And I'm going to tell you why that's so dangerous, is because what you fail to realize is whatever he put in you is not for you. It's for everybody around you. It's to make others around you greater. Because believe it or not, everybody that you know that has been blessed, and everybody that you know that has been doing great things, guess what? They're blessing the people around them, and people around them are becoming greater. And you have to be careful and not ignore what has been put on your heart, and know that that dream in you can be brought to life once you start believing, and you understand that it starts mentally first, and get over that hump before you can actually bring it to fruition. So that's one of the things we just wanted to talk about briefly tonight. I'm gonna turn it back over to Tim, but just really just think about it while we're celebrating King Day today. Just understand that there's a dream in all of us, and you have to believe and understand that you have to step out on faith sometimes and believe that it could be done. And if you don't, just think of, what all can happen by you not stepping out on faith. What if King didn't step out on faith? What if he didn't preach or teach people the way he did? Then again, we wouldn't be celebrating him today. So I just wanted to just, give a shout out to King, and God bless the dead, because he really, really inspired me, and I'm sure he inspired everybody else. But Tim, is something else you want to touch on that, bro? You're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
Yeah, I put myself on mute. But yeah, man, really, it's just an amazing thing, man. When a person is touched by their purpose, when a person realizes what it is that they are supposed to do, because the word, it definitely said, and when people get to their purpose, I mean, you can't do it alone. I mean, the thing about it is, most people, I'm not saying most people, but sometimes when we have a purpose inside of us, which God, of course, gave us, because it says he knows the end from the beginning. He knows whatever it is. It says he knows the hairs on your head. It says he knew you before you were born. So if he knew you before you were born, then guess what? He had something specific for you. And the word says, the purpose of a person's heart are deep waters, but the one who has insight draws them out. So here's the thing, we've all been born with something, that's unique to us, unique characteristic, unique businesses, unique ways to do things. But it's always up to somebody else to kind of help us get where we are. That's why, the thing that you said that was very insightful is that, whenever we're purposed for something, then, it's not just for us. It's not just for us. You're going through something now. Dr. King went through something when he went through it. And when you're going through something, the whole thing is, nobody has gone through what you've gone through specifically. So you're going through what you're going through right now so that you can show someone else how to get past it, how to get over that hump. A lot of times, we go through situations and, when God is birthing something in us, we go through situations and sometimes it's like, woe is me, why can't I get a break? Why can't I get a breakthrough? Why can't this happen? Why can't that happen? Dr. King, was a person that, no matter what happened, the man went to jail several times. I mean, he got beat up, whipped, talked about, lied on, just every imaginable thing that could happen happened to this man. And ultimately he lost his life, but he still gained, even in losing his life, he gained a legacy. So, everything that happened to him, what if he'd have stopped at some point and just been like, man, I give up. I just want to live a regular life. Here's the thing, a lot of us are facing these same kind of decisions. They may not be as earth shattering or as quote unquote as big as Dr. King and his dream. But God has given you something. A lot of people may be on a job that they hate. You know what I'm saying? They may be on a job that they hate. Maybe on a job where you were like me one day. You like I was. I was the person that was looking out the window, wondering how could I get out there? Amongst the mover and shakers. Maybe you're like that. But if you just stop and be like, it's not going to happen. If you stop at a certain point, then you're never going to be able to get to the other people that are going to need your help afterwards. And I know, I know in today's time, I know, we think about, hey, what's in it for me? We live in a what's in it for me world, but guess what? It's your service that lasts. It's what you do for others that lasts, i.e. what you're doing for Christ. That's what actually lasts. And when you think about that, then you're going to get what you want eventually. The Bible says to give and it shall be given unto you with good measure, shake down, press together, will people give forth into your bosom. So if that's the case, then guess what? Give service. What can you add value to? Let's think about it like this. Even in this business, I don't know how many people on this thing are newbies or, advanced veterans. I mean, I see, I see experts on the line. I see Frank and I see Trent, I see Ricardo, I see Ashley and Darius, Delano, all people that are given to service. And, it's like, what if they'd have just stopped? What if they'd have just stopped at a certain point? What if they'd have just said, I give up, I'm going back to what I was doing. I'm going back to, where I came from. What if Jesus did that? What if Jesus said, I'm going back to Nazareth, I'm going back to Bethlehem? Just think about it. Think about it. You have been birthed for a purpose. You've been birthed on purpose for a purpose. And if that's the case, then you've got to give it all you got. You've got to give it all you can get. Don't just sit there. Don't just go back. If things get a little hard, yeah, they're going to get a little hard. Business is business. When you get into business, any business, listen, I read a statistic that said that it takes 5 years to actually make a profit in business. 5 years to make a profit in business. Yet sometimes some of us get into this thing, and after a couple of months, it's like, man, let me go back. So you've got to have, when I think about Dr. King, I think about endurance. I think about perseverance. I think about somebody who looked beyond himself. Understood that he was going to be a sacrifice. Now, listen, guys. Most of us don't have to bear that kind of burden anyway. So, most of us, all we have to do is just work outside of ourselves. Most of us, all we have to do is, work to get this business going so that we can provide better for our families, so that, our families, can see something a little bit better for themselves. Most of us don't have that kind of burden that Dr. King had, but it's still similar. We still have the same thing that we have to do. And those are things I see, man. I just see Dr. King is just somebody that just had that perseverance. He wanted to keep going. He wanted to just, he felt compelled to move forward. And he felt compelled to move forward because he had a strong why. Number one, he knew who he was. He knew exactly who he was. And then after that, he had a strong why. As to why he was doing what he was doing. And, just a powerful man. I said earlier, he's speaking now, in this time louder than he ever has, and he's been gone from this earth many years, but he's speaking now louder than ever. And it's just an honor. It's an opportunity to have a platform to be able to even talk about it. Because I know back in 1968, when he was slain, I believe that was the year he was slain. But in the 60s, I know we wouldn't have had this platform to even talk about it. And it's just an honor and it's a blessing to be able to do it. I'm thankful, man. I'm thankful that, to be able to talk to you guys, of all races, creeds, colors, religions, whatever, to be able to talk to all you guys here on, on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse. It's just a blessing and an honor to be able to spread, his message, digitally like this, partner. I'm gonna leave it back up to you.
Oh, you good, man. You good. That was good. I mean, I guess my question to everybody, because I think we're getting ready to open it up for Q&A. I mean, really, my question with all that being said, it really boils down to like what's really holding you guys back. I really just want to open up the lines. We're all brothers and sisters here, and I really want to push people forward. Or I want to point people in the right direction. I mean, you got to push yourself forward. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
You have to push yourself forward. But really, you just got to allow God to speak to you, give you direction, and you got to follow His lead. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I really, right before I got into real estate, I was literally crying with tears, wondering like, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't know what my next move is. I'm confused. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I was literally in tears, Tim, literally in tears.
Bro, I raised my hand.
I was crying like, God, what is it? Tell me, what do I need to do? And I really truly believe in my heart, like when you really like surrender, like, like I'm give up surrender, like show me I'm tired.
Right.
Really, like when he said, okay.
You talking about the end of you. You talking about the end of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was the end of me. And I was just like, I mean, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Like I failed. I tried to do it on my own and it worked for a little while, which I thought it was working. And then it just fell apart. So I think that we just got to get to a point where we just ready to, for one, surrender. And two, just believe that whatever it is He put on your heart, I'm not saying it's going to start off easy, but I guarantee you He's going to give you the resources to make it happen.
Yeah.
He going to give you, I mean, just
many
like
examples.
It was not easy when I first started, but when I look back and I think back, He gave me the resources. Some of you guys don't even understand that you got to start with what you got.
Yeah.
Don't worry about, oh, I don't have enough money right now, or oh, I don't have this CRM, or oh, I don't have enough leads, or I don't have this. Some of you have to realize you have to start with what you got and step out on faith with that and work with what you got and build from that, and you use that as an excuse of not getting started. And that's not faith. And you just have to believe that, God is going to continue to equip you. He's going to continue to put the right resources, the right people around you. He's going to eliminate, like that's another thing He did to me. I prayed for new relationships. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Tim calling me from a bandit sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it birthed other opportunities. But I'm saying, like, I prayed for that. It didn't just come from nowhere. It's like He removed everybody that was not good for me, and He replaced them with the people that was for me. And He'll do the same thing for you if He's not already doing. But you have to stop fighting those to keep those relationships that really is hindering you and it's blocking your blessings. So I think we're about ready. I think what we want to talk about tonight, as far as Q&A, D, is we want to know like what's really holding people back, and hopefully like we can give people some some direction or answer some real estate related questions, mindset questions, anything that a person may be confused about, may not have no sense of direction. Whatever it is, we're this is Real Estate Motivation Mindset Monday. So we just really want to inspire today because we feel that Monday is the beginning day of the week. So this sets the tone for the week. This sets the tone for you to have a prosperous week. So you got to come hard on Monday. So definitely want to shout out our two brothers up here. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We got Frank Iglesias and we got Trent Spencer. So definitely appreciate you guys for jumping on with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? So before we jump into Q&A, I just want to let them brothers just introduce themselves real quick. And then we're going to actually jump into some Q&A and let the audience answer questions. So you guys want to introduce yourself? Frank, you want to, I'm sorry, Trent, you want to start off? Yes, sir.
All right. So for those who don't know, my name is Trent Spencer. I've been in real estate for 11 years now. My first year in real estate, I got my first deal from Craigslist, actually. And I made probably about $1,600 on that one, but it just showed me that I could do this business and make the transition from the street life that I was living to doing something legal. So since then, I've wholesaled hundreds of properties, and one of my passions right now is just showing people who are like myself or who are in my particular situation or who used to be how to do the same thing, how to go from not having any type of education to making money in real estate.
That's what's up, bro. That's why, man, you kind of connect, man, because we got similar backgrounds, man. Just being from the other side and switching your mindset to come on the other side. That's how we relate, man. So that's what's up.
Yeah, Trent is actually, Trent is a mover and shaker. Trent is actually, and bro, thank you for joining us, man. We've been doing business together for the past couple of years, and just really doing business together. And listen, Trent is in a different state. And so you can't tell me that there's no excuse, that you can't tell me that you have an excuse as to why you can't do business. We're doing business from everywhere. And it's just a blessing and honor, man, to count you as a friend and a brother, man. Like me and Will, we like to always say we love making money with our friends. And, it's a blessing. So thank you for joining us tonight. And about to get this thing popping with some questions.
Let's go.
All right, Mr. Frank, let's get your introduction, bro, before we jump into some questions.
Hey, everybody. Will, Tim, Dion, how's it all going? Well, as always, an honor to be here. My name is Frank Iglesias. I've been investing for 12 years now in the Atlanta market and also been to some other Georgia markets, into Florida now, and looking to expand. We buy, we sell, we coach, we speak. We've done wholesaling, rehabbing, plenty of new construction, been a landlord. So we've touched a lot of areas, and what Will said is true. I can talk about it later, but I think I've quit at least 1,000 times. I lost track a long time ago. But no, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a testimony to not quitting, being that person of faith, and having the courage to keep moving forward every single day. So pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Frank. Frank Iglesias, is our brother. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. He's probably easily one of the smartest people I know in this business or any business. But Frank has the distinct thing of actually, he's the first meetup I saw here in Atlanta. Me and Will, I know Will was at Frank's early meetup. And then, I had an opportunity to go to Frank's latter meetup. So we became great friends out of that. And not only that, just with able to, me and Frank have made a lot of money together in this business. Again, like I say, me, Frank, and Will have made money together in this business. Again, like I say, we love to make money with our friends. And, we just count this as an honor. Any subject, having to do with real estate, Frank is an expert in Atlanta. And I'm just so grateful that we were able to welcome him on Clubhouse last week. Guys, we want you guys to follow both of these guys, Trent and Frank. Follow them right now on their IG, Facebook, whatever it is. Follow these guys, because these guys are some heavy hitters out of this Atlanta area, and Trent, of course, out of the Florida area, doing business in Atlanta and everywhere. So yeah, just thank you guys. Thank you for being on the panel. We certainly appreciate it.
That's what's up. So Deanna, let's go ahead and I'm gonna just allow you to reset the room, and then we can go ahead and open up for some Q&A. We really want to put some people forward tonight, so I'm motivated to put somebody toward that purpose. So let's get it going.
Right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for listening in in on this Real Estate Motivation Mindset Monday, hosted by Tim Harvey and Will Galloway of Wholesalers RS. The time has now come to turn on hand raising and get some questions answered tonight. And I think we have some surprises coming up. So definitely hit the plus sign, invite some folks into this conversation to be able to ask questions. All right. So I want you to invite at least 5 people to the conversation, hit the plus sign, tap their profiles, and let's get them in here. So right now, hand raising has been turned on. You guys can come up and ask questions. As you enter the stage, just look down, make sure that you're muted until we call on you, okay? Because we'll be calling on folks in order. So as soon as you come up, mute yourself. Hand raising is now on. All right, we have a couple folks on the stage. Welcome. You guys ready to get started with questions?
Yes, ma'am. We're ready.
Okay. All right, so Terrell, welcome. What's your questions?
How you guys doing tonight? Thank you for taking my question. I've been doing real estate for a while now. I flipped a few homes out in New Jersey, and I took a break off to do my health and fitness business, and I'm getting a strong calling back to real estate right now. And I was wondering, I got pretty much like $5 grand to start marketing with, and was wondering how would you guys go about it? How would you? But right now, just coming back in, how would you go about marketing? So my income is like pretty much non-existent. I invested a couple grand into this cash flow thing. It should be coming back. I have a little cash flow that's probably going to go. Mostly the bills are back into reinvesting. So I'm hoping to make this $5,000 fly. So how would you guys go about marketing to get my first deal with this 5,000? Thank you.
Oh my. This is like a question I've heard at least. I hear this question at least several times a month. So I'd like to jump in and just.
Hey, Frank, it sound a little low. Can you speak up a little bit louder? I just want to make sure everybody hearing what you're saying.
Is that better?
A little bit better. Go ahead. I just want to make sure people hear what you're saying.
Gotcha. So one thing I want to say on this subject is, because this is an extremely common question, I appreciate you asking it. One thing I would say is, especially when you have a limited amount of funds, marketing, too many people get into marketing and they're looking for a quick result. And of course, we all like it when we do our first round of marketing and we get results. Of course, who doesn't? But the reality is, if you think about marketing in any business today, anybody will tell you it's about the follow-up and multiple touches. Well, real estate is no exception. So a lot of people will take a campaign. It doesn't matter what it is, cold call, direct mail, text. It doesn't matter what you do. And you'll do it once or twice, and it doesn't work. You're like, oh, it didn't work. But really, it's well known that 80+% of sales happen after the 5th touch. That means you got to do 5 rounds of marketing to get to people before you even reach that threshold of potential for success. And in the case of real estate, sometimes success is simply getting them to respond. So what I tell people to do is, when you have a limited amount of marketing, is lay out a plan. Here's all the different channels I want to do. Maybe it's one thing and you only do, say, direct mail. Maybe you want to do text, cold call, and direct mail. Maybe you want to do RVM. Maybe you want to go put bandit signs. Whatever it might be, plan it out as a 6-month campaign. Plan it out 6 months. However big your list is, or if you're going to drive for dollars, whatever you're going to do, plan out a 6-month campaign and figure out how much money is it going to cost to touch that list at least 5 times. We'll call it 6, once a month, over a 6-month period. And you can essentially reverse engineer what your marketing campaign is going to cost. Now your marketing becomes predictable versus, a shotgun approach. And by having a predictable, now it's like, well, I know for this list of, let's say, 1,000 people, I'm going to do A, B, C, D, E, and F over 6 months. Each month is going to cost X, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. You know what it's going to cost, then the only thing you have left to do is execute. And you will take out so much of the mystery of marketing and how much you should spend and how much you should allocate. The right question is, how do I execute in a follow-up manner consistency and let the expense be a predictable thing, so you're not worried about the money aspect and you're focused on the execution. So I hope that helps.
Wow, thanks. I appreciate that. So basically, you're saying just plan it out and then make sure that plan it out, and then from there, I should have more predictable success, predictable chances for my success as far as how much I'm putting out there and how much is coming back and so forth.
Yeah, you'll have a more predictable chance of success. Now, keep in mind, nothing's 100%, but it's much. I mean, we all know this. When you have predictable odds, then the odds tend to favor you. It's kind of like Tim was saying, when you put out prayer and faith and all that, it comes back. When he said, "Hey, let's go pray to get you people to surround myself with," boom, And granted, that's more of a faith, spiritual, who you are issue. But marketing is really analogous to that. Okay, it's the same concept that he was hitting on. All you're doing is replacing the mindset, spiritual part with just nuts and bolts. But it's the same process. Lay it out, execute. And then you're not worried about, just think about it. What do most people worry about in the real estate business? Money. Okay, what do most people worry about? I think I heard that most people get divorced today over money issues above anything else. Money always seems to be one of the components of our struggles in life in the vast majority of cases. But with marketing, you have the opportunity to eliminate that. And here's the cool thing. You go a few months, you might go 3-4 months into it, and you might see more success than you expected. So you might decide, well, maybe I could put a little more into it and dial it up. Or maybe you go 6 months and you get some results, but it's kind of low, and you're like, maybe, but it had some success, so maybe I dial that down and augment it with something else. But by laying out your budget in a controlled time period, A to Z, you get to focus on execution, and it also makes it much easier to adjust. Then you're not like, well, let's spend $1,000 this month and see what happens. Let's spend $600 here and see what happens. And that's what most people do. It's say, let's see what happens approach, rather than a very systematic, predictable approach. And the more predictable this is, the more you can focus on what you really got to focus on, which is executing, talking to those sellers, working with other investors, realtors, whoever, to get deals done, not worried about how much is my marketing going to be this week. Handle that all up front.
I totally agree. I totally agree with what Frank said. So if you got 5,000, I would almost, first, like he said, put a plan together. Before you go into anything, know what you're getting yourself into. Know what the game plan is going to be. If you got 5,000 now, divide that by 6 months, and that's your marketing budget for 6 months. And know that each month, like he said, you can't change that number. You have to be committed to the investment. You have to be committed to whatever that channel is, and you have to put in the work, because throwing money out there is not going to solve the problem. The other side of that is you have to put in the work. That's the part where people, shy away from. People think that they can just throw money at everything, but it's not even about that. Sometimes you can get in this business and grind without as much money, but that grind birthed an opportunity, or birthed a deal. So I would say, if you got that to invest, split it up, divide it by 6 and write out a plan before you spend $1. Write out a plan. What does that look like? I always say, like, when you think about marketing, what fits your budget? What fits your personality? You may not be the type of person like I was when I first started out at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, putting out bandit signs all night. That might not be your cup of tea. You might, feel like, hey, let me buy a list and let me cold call. I'm a good people's person. You might feel like, you know what, I don't really like to talk that much, so let me just do a text marketing campaign. Or you know what, let me send out some letters. Find whatever fits your personality, match that with the budget that you have set out, and set out a commitment of how many times you're gonna call these people, how many times you're gonna commit to it, and stay true to it. Don't change that number. Stick to, if you say you're gonna call from 12 to 5, tomorrow you don't need to be calling from 11 to 2. You know, so stick to the plan, and keep the trust the process, because the process will work, but you got to put the process together before you even get started. Tim, do you want to jump on anything else on top of that?
Nothing else needs to be said. I mean, those are great assessments. You know, trust the process, of course, pray about it first. I would say, you know, since this is, you know, Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday, pray about it, get the right mindset toward the thing, and then move forward in everything else that we talked about.
Was that helpful, Terrell? Is there anything else, brother, we can help you with that give you some direction?
Yes, amen. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate the question,
Thank you,
brother.
bro.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, guys, hand raising is on, so you're more than welcome to come up and ask a question. We are deep in the Q&A right now. Welcome, Ayeyo. Hopefully I said that correctly.
No, you're fine. It's my screen name. I can't change it, so I apologize. My name is Eric. But I was coming to you guys because I have my first potential wholesale deal. I'll be doing it. I don't even know why I did it, but before I was all in about go ahead and doing my first deal, and like nothing stopping me. But then for whatever reason, I don't know why, but something told me to Google. So I Googled like is wholesaling legal? And then I found a Bigger Pocket forum, and it was a real estate agent from Ohio. Basically was outlining saying that it's illegal, like it was just talking about a whole bunch of trash, like a bunch of negativity about it. So I guess I was coming to you guys because you guys have done it before, and I just didn't know like what was the perspective of it and why would someone say it was illegal when clearly a whole bunch of people have done it. But I just kind of just wanted to, I guess, put my mind at ease to know that yes, it's cool to go ahead and do it, green light it, and not worry so much about it. So I just wanted to know your guys' opinion about that.
Deon, is this a time for somewhat of a disclaimer before we get into answer questions? Well, we got an attorney on the line. That's why I'm bringing that up.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and give our disclaimer. So first of all, we appreciate you being here. We do want to remind you that whenever you're on Clubhouse, right, you want to make sure that you understand that this is an educational platform. So before, when our experts are giving their opinion, they're giving just that, right? Their opinion or their expertise. And so what they're saying is not legal advice. It is not financial advice, tax advice. So you have to do your own due diligence in your state and talk to an attorney in your state. Look at the laws in your state to make sure you understand what you should be doing in your real estate business. So where the direction of your question is going somewhat sounds like it could tread down legal advice. So with any of our experts where to answer you, they have to answer you generally, okay?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. This is what I kind of expected. I knew you guys could give me advice.
Okay.
Totally
So we just like to put that out there just because, you know, it's a social media platform. But all right, so we can proceed.
Yeah.
You got that, bro?
Now, I'll just say this. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it's evidence. I mean, we're talking about wholesaling. And of course, you definitely want to check I'm not sure what state that you're in, Ayo, but you definitely want to check, what's specific for each state. I know here in Georgia, I mean, we do business legally, and have been doing it, have been creating a living for ourselves, I mean, for years. So if your question is it legal or illegal? I make a living from it full time. So I don't really.
I think the bigger another thing that I will point out with wholesaling, and I'm not going to get into what a wholesale deal consists of. Yeah. I'm sure everybody know what that is, but I would say that attorneys all over the country are doing deals every single day with a wholesale deal. Wholesale deals are getting closed, I want to say, probably every 5 to 10 minutes, every single day,
every couple of minutes,
the whole country. So I'm sure with all of these attorneys who have invested, you know, thousands of dollars in their, you know, education and getting, you know, going through the bar and all that, they're not going to jeopardize their firms if this was something that was unethical. Again, I think state by state laws change, because I think in Illinois, you can only wholesale one time. And then after that, you would be considered a broker. So you would have to have a actual agent, a license. And that's in Illinois, but far as here in Atlanta and more of the other southern states and even Midwest, West Coast, we're wholesaling every day. You know, I think where a lot of agents kind of get it conflicted is, so as an agent, and I'm not an agent, let me just say that, but as an agent, most agents know that they have to actually represent a seller or a buyer and list the property on the MLS. And I think where the confusion comes in is sometimes wholesalers market properties as if they are agents. So I think that you have to be careful on how you present a property and how you present the sale of a property or wholesale deal, because you're essentially, most of the time, you're just assigning your contract, you know, and it's nothing illegal about if you have an interest in something and you're basically selling your interest. Now, It might be conflicting if you marketing something saying you selling it as if you're an owner, and that may be some confusion I could see from an agent thinking that standpoint.
Or if you don't have a contract.
Huh?
Or if you don't have a contract.
Yeah, or if you don't have a contract. A lot of people don't have contracts and they're out here marketing stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just, I could see why an agent probably like that, whoever spoke on that would probably be confused and don't understand it. But also keep in mind that, when an agent goes to school to get their license, they're not taught to be investors.
No.
They're taught only to be traditional. They don't want them to learn that side, you know,
Right.
because they feel like that would disrupt everything that, you know, that they stand for, you know, so they don't teach that. So with them not teaching that, a lot of them are really just they're not clear on how that works. But on the flip side of that, I know a lot of agents that do a lot of business, a lot of agents that do a lot of wholesaling. So there are some tremendous great agents out there that we actually do business with all the time. So it just, you know, it's a thin line with getting clarity on that. What I would do, brother, is whatever state you in, I would reach out to an investor-friendly attorney and have a conversation with that attorney so he can kind of give you some direction on the do's and don'ts. So you making sure you go into the business ethical and working with integrity. So that's my opinion. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Tim. Don't listen to nobody. I would listen to the professionals, and I would reach out to them and let them know you want to start doing business with them, but you just want to make sure you're doing business the right way and let them know what you're doing. And they should be able to guide you in the right way to do it. So that's just my opinion, bro.
Another, and those are good. Another thing is, I'm not sure what state are you in, AO?
I'm in Ohio.
Okay, yeah, you're in Ohio. So there should be a RIA in Ohio, a local RIA in Ohio that can recommend a great attorney for you. I'm pretty sure Deanna may have a connection with the RIA in Ohio or something like that can recommend a great attorney for you, so that you can discuss, you know, hey, you know, is this thing real? Is it legal, illegal? And also, you know, a good RIA will recommend good investor-friendly agents that know this side of the business. Like we said, I mean, we do business every day with agents and real estate agents. So definitely check that in Ohio, AO. It's a great question that you're asking.
Yeah, great question, man. Hopefully that was able to help you, man. But to make a long story short, bro, what we're saying is just how we feel based on us being in the business. But you always want to seek a professional, especially when it comes to questions like that. And that way, you know how to move in your own state, because every state is different, you know. So, and laws are consistently changing. So definitely check with one of the professionals in your market, man, and get some clarity on that.
Yeah, we're gonna go to a question that we have on Zoom, and I pray everybody can hear.
That's it. You good, AO? Before we go to the next question, that helped you out, bro?
Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate everything you guys said. It's just me, I guess, being stupid in my first deal, and it's
man, don't let that stop you, bro. Get to work, man. Get to work. Move forward. Stop all that analysis paralysis. You overthinking it.
Just move forward.
Get like nothing and just do it, bro.
Here's the other thing, AO. You may want to partner with somebody. you may want to partner with somebody that's going to help you get over that hump, man. So definitely do that and get your first deal done. Get it done. So,
Done, man. No overthinking, man. Just do it.
I think that's what it is, just be overthinking it. So I appreciate you.
That's definitely what it is, man. So hopefully, man, you get some motivation to go and get started, man. I know you could do it.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, bro. Thanks. We got hold on 1 second, Deanna. We got some questions on Zoom as well, because we streaming on Zoom as well. So we got a couple of questions coming in on this side. Then we're gonna switch back over to Clubhouse. So we'll repeat the question so everybody on Clubhouse can hear it as well, and then we'll answer the question for everybody can hear it.
All right. Jay says, I started trying to wholesaling in 2018, but the market in Atlanta was oversaturated with people doing the same thing. I spent more money than I made on marketing material and lists. I eventually pivoted my focus elsewhere. My question is, where could I have gone wrong? And anybody want to take that?
Where could he have gone wrong?
Where could he have gone wrong?
You finna say something, Frank?
Sure, I could jump in there. Well, I don't know that anything necessarily went wrong. I mean, we don't know what all you did in terms of marketing and approach, but here's what I will tell you about Atlanta, and probably true about most major markets, especially a market that's considered hot, and Atlanta is considered hot for sure. So there is, we have a lower cost of living, a lower price point for our properties, which attracts people, and and that's not going to change anytime soon. But what I tell people is this: Atlanta's got 6 million plus at this point, and there is always in this type of market an abundance. So step one is just, it's really the mental state, and that is knowing that no matter how much resistance, you'll break through it. You'll break through it. Tim's in here doing deals, Will's doing deals, but you got to keep pushing and keep trying and keep tweaking different things. Once you get going, you eventually reach a position where you actually have more deals than money. Like, that's where I sit. I don't have enough time to raise money for all the deals that cross my desk, but I didn't get there overnight. It took, it's been a period of years, okay? Not even months, just years. But for the short term, you got to first have that knowing. Look, there's a lot more people in Atlanta than there are investors to do them. And I know some people are running around saying, oh, we have a lack of inventory. No, we have a lack of persistence is what we really have a lack of. There is no lack of inventory in Atlanta. What there is a lack of persistence. There's also a lack of the ability to negotiate better. And if I'm sounding a little bit harsh, I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying these are my observations over 12 years of experience. If we really look to solve sellers' needs, we'll find deals. If we really seek after sellers with persistence, with an attitude to serve, we'll find them. If we really seek out other investors to network with, we'll do deals. I mean, I just did a deal on Facebook the other day. We made $12,000, and that was off a Facebook Messenger message. And it was a deal that happened to be in an area that I was interested in. And I took it down from a guy, and then we ended up working with another guy, and it was a profitable deal. And the crazy thing about that deal was it was being reduced. It was a reduced price deal. It didn't, which was crazy to me because it was in a great area. And you would think where this particular property was, there would never be a deal, because that's exactly what I hear every day. Oh, there's no deals there. It's too hot. It's too expensive. Too hot. Too expensive. And then we go and we do a deal. So don't buy into any of that. Okay. I promise there's plenty of deals in Atlanta, but it does take some hustle. It does take some more network. And by the way, I'm not saying you didn't do these things. I'm just saying it may take a little bit more than you expected. But in order to keep from where you're spending more marketing than you're getting results, because I know that feeling. I've been there. That feeling sucks. So I totally get that. I would say, A, go back to what I was telling the other gentleman a little while ago, and that's plan out your marketing, so that you don't, you can remove that stress before you even go into it. You handle it. It's done. You don't have to worry about it. and then focus on the execution. But then two, I tell people this all the time: when you need to augment your marketing, network more. Networking is free. We're networking right here on Clubhouse. Okay. Anybody here can like look up everybody's name now and follow them on IG or Facebook or whatever and talk about doing deals. Anybody, okay? And you can go on Facebook today and go through different investing groups and just network with other people. There's so many investors that get deals that would just do a little bit better if they would network a little bit more. And I always say this: networking is the running away, the number one most underutilized marketing channel available to us.
Agreed.
We get so caught up and we got to do our own deals. Well, and it's great to do your own deals, but my gosh, there's so much. I have done so much money doing deals with other people. My brother Tim here, Tim, I don't know if you remember this, we did a deal a few years ago where he wholesaled me a deal that I then wholesaled to someone else, or maybe wholesale it, I don't remember. And Tim called me like, hey, you want to do a three-way with the seller?
Oh yeah, I think I remember. I mean, we've done so many deals. It's not even funny, but you know, I mean, like Frank said, I mean, it's just an abundance of deals. I mean, you just gotta, the key really for this business and the secret really is networking. I mean, if you can network. And not just like, I like what Will said earlier, don't just throw your money at the issue. Put your money in, but be prepared to hustle behind putting your money in that thing. And when, you just be surprised as to what can happen. I saw where you said, I spent more money than I made on marketing material and lists. Listen, I mean, we've got lists, and I want to give a big shout out to Deanna Britt. Law Clerk on Demand, her business, but we got lists that we got from her like a year and a half ago that we're making money on now. So, if I were you, I would go back and check those lists. If you're still in the business, I would go back and check those lists and see if you can still make some money off those lists. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. Most sellers, when you got to catch them, you have to catch them in their change window. That's the key, is you've got to catch a seller in their change window. It may not be, the time that, the first time that you call, may not be the second time that you call or send a postcard, may not be the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, or even ninth, maybe the 10th time that you send that, that you send that postcard, you give a call, you send a text message, you send a blast, however you do it, but it may be that 10th time when you actually are able to get in touch with that seller, and that seller is in their change window, meaning something happened. Somebody died, somebody got married, somebody got divorced, somebody's going through a bankruptcy, so somebody's going through a foreclosure, any of those things can happen, but you've got to catch the person within that time. That's why we emphasize on this call is Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday. Don't quit. Don't quit, straight up. So,
and I know before we get to the next question, I'm gonna just touch on that real quick before we get to the next person. But really, you really want to figure out, what did you do? What all of that would depend on what marketing channel did you do.
Yeah.
Can you share what exactly you did within that time frame, so we can kind of get some clarity on what direction you were in?
Jay, the trainer.
Huh?
No, I was just trying to.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking the answer came from Clubhouse. I forgot it came from. I forgot it came from Zoom. My apologies.
No, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, I mean,
it's cool. It's cool, but we'll if he haven't answered, it's cool. But it really depends on what type of marketing you're doing, because you can burn through like Facebook ads and Google ads and stuff like that if you don't know what you're doing. So if you just really getting started, you really need to be on the phone. You really need to just be talking to people every single day. That's really all you need to be focusing on. Get because it's you can get a list from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You can get a list from Deanna. If you're in Atlanta, I would recommend you to do that. You can get a list, of course, on PropStream. I mean, you can go list source, whatever. Call people
Leads are not the issue.
Talk to people, call people, make offers. Don't be scared to make offers. You know what I'm saying? Like if you do that consistently, and I'm gonna just say this before we get to the next question. If you step out on faith and you invest money and you didn't get the return, then that means you need to really hit the ground running and you need to get your investment back.
That's right.
And you need to understand that don't think just because you don't have money, you still can't produce an opportunity. Because like Frank said, he just got a deal off Facebook. That didn't cost him nothing. That was a message that he saw, whether he was streaming on a Facebook group or whether somebody sent it to him. It's all about networking. When he was talking to other investors, you need to get out and say, hey, my budget done ran out. I need to start calling some wholesalers and see if I can help them sell their deal. I mean, whatever you have to do, you got to get creative and understand that, you got to make it happen because I don't know about y'all, but I ain't trying to lose no money. And if I lose something, I'm best believe I'm finna get it back. So you have to step out on faith and say, you know what? I lost on this round and maybe I could do it differently next time. But right now I'm just finna grind. I'm finna make some calls. I'm finna call agents. I'm finna call other wholesalers. Shoot. I'm finna just get on Facebook. I'm just finna start networking. I'm just finna start talking to people. And next thing you know, if you do that every day, shoot, next thing you know, a deal fall in your lap. And now you got an opportunity and a deal closed and you done got that investment back. And it's just as easy as that. So really, to be honest with you, I don't think you guys are putting enough effort. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that drive is there. And once that drive and that effort is there, the money gonna come. You know what I'm saying? That's facts. The money gonna come because the consistency wins every time. I don't care what you say. Consistency wins every single time.
That's good. That's good.
Anyone has failed 302 times. And I use that example because that's how many times Walt Disney was told no. 302 times. I mean, if we failed at 302 marketing campaigns, we failed at 302 sell. I promise you, you talk to 302 sellers. I don't care if you're a brand new newbie, you'll get a deal. Okay, you'll get one. I mean, it's almost that's borderline impossible to not talk to 302 people and not get.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like you said, bro. You just got. I echo what Bill said. You just gotta.
Let me tell you a secret. Let me tell you a secret to that question. Guess what, guy? I don't care if you lost all your money. You ain't out the game until you quit. Point blank. Keep going. That's all. Go ahead, Trent.
What a person is talking to me about and mirroring their speech, their tonality, facial expressions, or anything that's relatable. I had a situation where I offered actually less than what another buyer was offering because I built that rapport with the seller. I was able to close on the deal. And even if I talk to a seller and they're not ready at that particular moment, if I can build a right rapport in the future, they're going to remember you and they're going to do business with you. So I just wanted to add that piece to that.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. So hopefully that was able to answer your question. We're going to go ahead and let Deanna reset the room real quick. We got, two of our great friends. We got Mahar in the building and we also got Sean. So I definitely want to, before we reset the room, I want my brothers to introduce themselves so we can, knock out a couple more of these questions.
Awesome. So welcome everybody. You have been listening live to the Wholesalers RS Motivational Mindset Monday. This is happening every single Monday at 8 p.m. So please mark your calendar so you never miss this call. And so we've been talking about motivation. We've been talking about our mindset. This is the most important thing in our business. And we have now transitioned into the Q&A section where you can come up and ask questions live. Hand raising is still on. If you want to come and join us on the stage, we just ask that you mute your mic. I also want to invite you to follow myself, Tim, Will, Frank. There's so many experts that are here offering information. So certainly connect with us and follow the Real Estate Talk Club as we continue to navigate through questions. So are you guys ready for the next question?
Yeah, real quick, before we jump into the next question, I just wanted to give Maha and Sean a chance to just real quick introduce themselves before we jump into the questions real quick. Maha, you can got it, and then Sean.
Sure. Hey guys, what's going on? Nice to always see you guys. I'm a real estate investor here in Atlanta, Georgia. I've been doing new development, fix and flip, rental, short-term, long-term lending. I've done quite a bit in real estate investing, and glad to call Will and Tim, Frank, Deanna, all good friends in this industry. Happy to add value wherever I can. Thanks again.
Hey, Sean, welcome.
What's going on, family? Will, Deanna, Tim. Hey, man, my heart. Hey, I enjoy being on the stage with you guys. I'm excited to be here, to be on the stage. Yeah, I've been in the business about 4 years now. Just locked up 2 contracts tonight. So, and the thing that really excited me is I thought about actually what I did to get these deals. And I actually solved problems. I got an ex-wife to talk to an ex-husband over 20 years. You know what I mean? I talked to a tenant so he didn't get himself in a situation that he shouldn't be in. So I just want everybody to understand, when you get in this business, you got to understand what you're getting into. We're here to solve problems. It's not about the money. And I'm so excited just to solve their problem and actually think back on what I was able to do. I just appreciate you guys for being on the stage. And any way I can add value to any of your customers, Trent, brother, thank you for saying what you said, man, because I enjoy dealing with people and I enjoy learning and also, like I said, adding value where I can. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. I mean, those are just awesome. I mean, what I love about Atlanta is listen, you're going to get value from a lot of these people. And the good news is that, I remember when I met Mahar. I remember when I met Mahar, and Mahar brought it up the last time, but we actually met at Frank's meetup. And like I said, that was the first meetup that I went to here in Atlanta, and got a chance to meet Mahar. And again, another friend that I make money with. And, we've been able to make money together for years and years. And it's just, it's just an honor, to know somebody as knowledgeable as Mahar. I mean, every aspect of the business, he knows it. Even from the mindset part is, just an exceptional person to learn from, an exceptional person to be around, and an exceptional friend to make money with. And, not only that, just being able to hear Sean, and Sean's he loves to solve problems. And, that's the key thing in this business. Sean said, I love solving problems. And if you love solving problems, then guess what? You're going to make the money in this business. No doubt that, after 4 years, he's been able to make as much money as he's made in this business, and has been able to just, take it full throttle, signing 2 contracts tonight. A lot of people are talking about, how scarce things are in Atlanta and all around. But guess what? I mean, you've got people that are signing 2 contracts in one night. And no doubt it's because of your resourcefulness, being there for the sellers, making sure that, you find the problem, you identify what the specific issue is. I think a lot of times with this business, what we end up doing is, like we try to, we always tell people to find out what the problem is, why are they selling? We always get a surface answer the first time that that you ask a person why they're selling. You've got to dig. And as you dig, then you're going to find the person's real problem, meaning the problem behind the problem, meaning the real reason, the real ouch to why they need to sell. And so it's just there's no doubt, Sean, as to why, you're doing 2 contracts in one night, man. And we're just grateful to add you guys on this, Clubhouse with us. Thank you for joining us. We count it as an honor to be able to add you brothers onto this clubhouse.
Definitely. So let's get on to the next question so we can knock this out. What we got next, Deanna?
So the next person that we have for a question is Deontay.
How you guys doing? So my name is Deontay. I'm originally from Virginia. I just moved down to Atlanta probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but I work a full-time job here. And my question to you guys was simply moving down to Atlanta. I know Frank said you have to definitely have persistence. You know, it's an open credit area. I believe that, you know, God put people in certain situations, no matter how overcrowded it is. You know, if something is for you, it'll make room for you. But my question is, you know, being that I moved here and I'm working a full-time job, you know, how do you guys stay motivated while working and, you know, just help with those people that are going to uplift you? You get what I'm saying? Like, to stay encouraged.
I know you got that one, Tim. Yeah,
man. I'll say this, man. You know, I just, you know, for me, I just feel like I was blessed because when I was sitting in my cubicle, man, you know, I had a brother in a cubicle that was right in front of me, man. And, you know, we had to say our confessions every day, man. You know, we started off just, you know, just wanting to do it. And then the next thing you know, that want turned into, okay, so what can we actually do? And so, you know, we ended up just, you know, writing down our confessions, saying our confessions every single morning, at every waking moment, every time we had a lunch, we left, you know, and went to go look at houses during lunch, you know, after work, you know, we went to go look at houses right after work. You know, you've just got to get the mindset first. That is something that you have to do. You know, you have to be obsessed with it. You know, when I first started, you know, the second time, it was simply a function of me wanting to be outside, you know, with everybody else. And it hurt that I was still inside of that building, you know, and I hate to say it, but it has to hurt. You know, it has to hurt to get you to that mindset. The other main thing is to surround yourself with the right people. If it can't be the right people at your job, then hey, you want to join a group like this here on Clubhouse. You know, you want to join any of these people that are here on this stage. You know, partner with them. You know, get to know these people. Add value. Find out a place where you can add value to any one of the experts here on this stage, and I guarantee you, just being around the people, it will increase your belief that you can do this business and eventually get to it full time.
Absolutely. Only thing I would add on to that, and I'll let you go, Sean. The only thing I wanted to add on that before you come in is just your why should push you towards your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Your why is what's gonna fuel you. You know, so I don't know if you got a family or what you wake up, like if you got a 9 to 5, what you wake up for, what are you working for? That's probably close to your why. And that alone should motivate you to want to be great. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that why, you know what I'm saying, is pushing you towards your purpose, and be committed to just being addicted to wanting to be great, especially in this, if this is what you're choosing to do, and if this was God, you know, led you to do. Go ahead, Sean. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
Oh no, brother, you good, bro. You know, you and Tim, this y'all stage, brother. So I'm gonna sit back and split cut until you let me on. But I was gonna say to Dante, man, I was working 60 hours a week. I worked for a company called 3M, and just like Tim said, every lunch break, every break that I had, I was going to look at properties. I was calling sellers. So what I'm telling you, Dante, your 9 to 5 is gonna take you to your dream. So if you ain't giving 110% at your 9 to 5, how you gonna give 110% to something that you really want? So make sure you give it to them first, and then you also give it to the business that you're trying to grow into, because you're gonna take that and transfer those same skill sets into what you're doing as a wholesaler or a real estate investor, where you can buy and hold. You know, you can do the whole 8, 9, 10 legs of real estate. So I just want to encourage you, brother. If you need some help, reach out to me. But you just got, like Tim and Will said, you got to have the heart for this, the desire, this, the hunger. Immerse yourself into what you're doing, and it will work for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Almost definitely.
most definitely. I think that this was my calling, simply because in like 2017, I was just getting out of college, and God kind of like brought me back to this at the end of December. And there was a lot of people that I was talking to that was telling me that I should get back into real estate and that I should do real estate out of the blue. So that's kind of why it was like a confirmation for me. So, but I definitely appreciate the answer that you guys gave me.
Don't ignore what God put on your heart, brother. I'll just say, man, step out on faith, brother. You know, never ignore what God put on your heart, man. So hopefully that helps you, man, and push towards your purpose, brother.
All right, next up we have Michelle.
Hello, thank you so much for bringing me onto the stage to ask a question. I am in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. I just recently got my real estate license in December, so I am starting fresh. Kind of like the same question that the young fella had before me, but it's just like, I know they said you need to stick your hip to a mentor that's doing like what you want to do in real estate, but I want to know, like, how do you guys really find your calling, I guess, in real estate, whether it was selling or, being a lister or investing? Like, how did you find out what you really wanted to do without, I guess, doing everything?
I would always say, find what you like to do. Find what pushes you toward one. Like, for one, if you got started in real estate, it had to be for something besides the money. It had to be something that was deeper than that. So I would look at all aspects of it and find out what do you feel like that you would enjoy that would make you say, man, I can't wait to wake up to do this. Do you like talking to people? Do you like helping people? Do you like representing the sellers? Do you like representing the buyers? Like, what aspect of it, have you thought about what aspect of it really brings fruit to you that you really enjoy? And even if it wasn't about the money, you would just enjoy just doing it. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like when I started out wholesaling, when I realized that I can help people and I could bring value to people and still get paid to do it, man, I thought that was the best thing going, and to this day, like, I still enjoy like helping people. Like, literally, man, me and Tim have had closings where sellers were literally crying, like boohoo crying, like, like, oh my God, I'm so grateful y'all helped me, get rid of this property. So, I mean, when you think about bringing value to other people and you enjoy that, and then of course the benefit of it, you was able to get paid to do it. I mean, I don't know what your passion is or what you chose to do real estate, but I would really think deep about that.
So I was I've been in property management for about 5 years now, but I've just been like in leasing. I haven't really moved up as far as assistant manager and manager. So I've always loved, like, showing off the apartments, helping. Really, that what got my gratitude is like knowing someone was in like a domestic violence situation or they couldn't find anywhere else to get approved for, and the fact that I could help them, I was able to help them through the whole process and made it easy for them. That's what driven me or drove me to continue to do it. So I guess it is working with people. I love networking and talking and really helping.
Guess what, Michelle? You just said what it is. You know what you just said? You just said that you need to be a person that position people who trying to get on their feet, who looking to buy a house but really don't have no direction or really just need that right person to point them in the right direction. But they need somebody like you that's gonna be passionate about pushing them toward home ownership. And it might be, like you say, a woman who, a single woman, what I'm saying, who, single household, or a woman, like you said, who just came out of a domestic situation and she trying to get on her feet, or she working a job that's making ends meet, or whoever, what I'm saying? Like, that's your audience, because it's something, I don't know if it's your past or something, but it's something that you're passionate about when it comes to that. So I would position myself to research all of the first-time home buyer programs, all of the programs to get people qualified. So guess what? When you point people in the right direction, now you're going to be that person that's going to lead them to home ownership. So I would make it a goal of mine to push, you know what I'm saying, well, you know, whether it's women or whatever that audience is you're trying to tap into, push them to home ownership, you know what I'm saying, and be that vessel, you know what I'm saying, to push them toward that.
Okay, thank you.
And let God use you. He'll give you the direction, you know what I'm saying? Like, just pray for him to show you how to do it. Like, he'll give you the plan. He'll put the plan in place for you, and he'll tell you how you can put that together. Like, you might can't figure it out now, but I know that's your passion. But once you pray for it, God will give you direction. He will give you that path to be able to accomplish that.
Right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Hey, Michelle, I think Frank put it down to you too, networking. You don't have to do it all yourself. So if you know somebody that's in a credit situation, reach out to somebody that you know that's credit worthy to teach them how to get their credit straight so they can come back to you and buy a property. So I just want to let you know you don't have to do
Absolutely.
it all. And like Will said, reach out to God and let him drive you and direct you in the way that you want to go.
Thank y'all so much.
Hope that help you. Go ahead and get to your purpose.
Thank you.
I love it.
Fire tonight. This has been amazing. Thank you for coming up and asking your question, Michelle. And I do want to encourage you guys to continue to ask your questions and just connect with us here on the app. Myself, Tim, Will, Frank, Trent, Mahar, Sean, we're all here to offer information. So you want to follow us, connect with us so that anytime we're doing a real estate room that you can curate your hallway and make sure you're not missing any of our conversations. You can even hit the bell on our profiles to really know and follow us around the app. We also want to invite you to follow the Real Estate Talk Club. We're at about 14,000 followers and we want to keep growing, and we want to make sure you're getting every alert because we're going to be doing more conversations. This particular call is going to happen every Monday at 8. So you don't want to miss out. All right. So we're going to continue with Q&A. The next person we have up for a question is Brianna. Welcome.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. So I actually have a question. Well, I have a question. So my question is, in the beginning, how did you guys handle like the changes between each deal? I have an example. So like this is my first deal. It has potential. I kind of talked to Sean about the deal late last week. And it kind of changed over the weekend. So it was supposed to be an off-market deal, but today her realtor had reached out to me, and I was like, well, I didn't know, that she had a realtor because she never mentioned it to me when we spoke on the phone several times about the home. And so the realtor was asking me about having a proof of funds letter, which was something that I wasn't very familiar with because, again, I am a beginner at this. And so I had heard of it, but it wasn't something that I thought that I needed, doing off-market wholesaling. And so in a situation like that, how would you guys handle that, seeing how, it's unexpected? That was a curveball that I wasn't expecting.
I'll probably let Sean since y'all kind of had a conversation, I'll kind of let him touch on that since, you guys already, I'll let him finish that.
No, go ahead, Will, because we were just talking about off market. So I wasn't talking about, an agent.
Let's let Trent answer that question.
You said what, Tim?
Let's let Trent or Mahar answer that question.
Trent and Mahar, any one of y'all want to tackle that?
As far as getting a proof of funds letter,
I think a question that's part of it, Mahar. But I think her question was more along the lines of reacting to the change that happened to her.
And then also, knowing when to walk away. Like, is this a situation that I should, walk away and say, no, I don't want to do it? Or is this something that I would probably, it's okay to still try to pursue it? Don't let that scare me away.
When they asked you specifically, forgive me, because I heard the first part of the question. I didn't hear the second part of the question.
I can answer it. I don't want to put you in a position, Mahar, if you weren't able to hear the whole question. So if you want me to, I can just tap in with an answer real quick. So pretty much, so just to make sure I'm understanding you right, Brianna. So you had a deal that you was interested in purchasing. At some point you reached out, to Sean, he gave you some great advice. And then you were getting ready to pursue that situation. Then all of a sudden you got a call and found out that this property is not off market, it's represented by an agent. And the agent was like, hey, if you're interested, you need to come see me. And by the way, we need some proof of funds. So what you want to do? So that's pretty much what I'm getting at. Is that kind of the stories before I answer it? Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah, that's kind of what happened. But she's not really representing the home. Apparently, this lady just works with this realtor. She's bought homes from her. And when I contacted her about, the property and I sent over the assignment, then she reached out to the realtor lady asking her questions, and the realtor asked her, what's with all the questions. And so that's how she came on board. Okay.
So a couple of things real quick. So before I even jump to that, you got some clarity on it, Mahar? Did you want to tackle it or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
So in a situation like this, I mean, we market to sellers regularly that tell us, hey, I'm working with XYZ agent or what have you. Now, it sounds like there's not a formal agreement in place, but when it comes to getting a deal done with a seller, if the seller's wishes are that you speak to whoever, it might be their uncle or their brother, right? I mean, if that's the gateway to get to the seller, well, that's what you got to work with, right? So now the conversation doesn't just go from building rapport with the seller, but now it goes to how can you start becoming friends and start building great rapport with that agent who is supposedly representing this person. See, if you can get this gatekeeper to start liking you and believing you and trusting you, because here's the thing, rapport building is about people liking and trusting you, right? And so if that's the gatekeeper, that's your channel. So you develop rapport with them. With that said, if they want a proof of funds, which is fairly customary, right? You can obtain that from a lot of different sources. The easiest way would be to go to some hard money lenders locally. I think you said you were from the DFW area, if I'm correct, or maybe that was the last person. Regardless of where you are, I'm sure there's plenty of hard money lenders in your area that are local that can provide you with a pre-approval. You'll have to go through a short process with them, but that just puts you in a better position to handle that objection over and over, because that's not going to be the first seller that asks you for a proof of fund, and it won't be a last seller that asks you for the proof of funds. So with that said, I would still converse with that agent and then ask them the relevant questions about the house. Now, if they don't have all the answers, what you could do is, hey, now that you've built rapport, right? So this is after having maybe a conversation or two with that agent. Once you've built that rapport, you can say, hey, how about you and I go and meet with the seller at the same time, and maybe all three of us can have a conversation, see if we can get this deal done, right? So it's whenever I look at a seller, I never look at it as me versus the seller, right? I always reframe it in my head, and this is how I teach my team to do it. It's never me versus the seller. It's always me and the seller versus the seller's problem. So what I'm saying is you want to be on the same side of the table when you're talking to the seller. So it's not you want this at 100 grand, the seller wants 125 grand. It's, hey, what is your problem, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, and how can I solve it in the best way possible so that we can get you to your goal, right? And guess what? If you have a gatekeeper that you got to work with, that's what it's going to be like, right, on this situation.
Absolutely.
Good.
I agree with that. Only thing that I would add to that is I just feel like, for one, don't back away from the deal. I think that a lot of times what sellers see, you got to understand, sellers are not knowledgeable a lot of times about how the process works with selling the house. So a lot of times they'll sit, hey, let me get my real estate agent or my attorney to look over the contract, or let my real estate agent talk to you so they can screen you. Because sometimes they're trying to see, are you serious? Right. They're trying to see, do you know what you're doing? And I would always tell any newbie, when you run into any situation like that, it's always best to partner with somebody, because one thing you don't want to do is look and sound like you don't know what you're doing, And then what's going to happen is that agent is going to tell that seller, oh, this is a new one. She didn't even know what a proof of funds was, or she didn't even know what this was. I asked her this question and she didn't understand, you know, the lingo, you know, when I'm trying to talk to her about, you know, certain things, and she didn't catch on. So I would, you know, not leave that deal as long as it's not listed. If you're saying that they haven't signed a brokerage agreement or anything like that, and she just trying to screen you, like Marha said, you know, try to build rapport with her, because if she's the gateway, build rapport with her and make and sound confident when you're talking. If you're gonna do it by yourself, and come off as if you know what you're talking about. If you need proof of funds, that's no problem. I can get that prepared, and ask her questions. You know, ask her questions about the house. You know, turn it back on her. You know, when you controlling the conversation is the person who asked the questions. You know, and she asked a question, you ask a question, and ask her a question. You know, so, and just control the conversation and come off as if you know what you're talking about. But if you don't know what you're talking about, that's okay too, because you don't want to sound like something that you don't know what you're talking about. So that's why I always say, when people new and they get caught up in snags like this, I always say it's better to go into it with a partner. And that way, you know, because you could have a good deal on the table and it just get away from you really, really quickly if that agent sniff out that you don't know what you're doing. So just be mindful of that. Hopefully that was able to answer your question. You want to add something else, Sean?
Yeah, I was going to add to it. Like Brianna, like Will said, you know, everybody on this stage is your associate. They're your business associate because they're in the same business that you are. So like you said, you know what, I have no problem providing proof of funds, but let me ask you a question about, you know, the repairs on the house. You know, when you speak to the agent about the repairs, what's going on with the house, to see if they understand what's going on. You can also add them out flat out. Have you actually, you know, deal in agreement with the actual owner? Are you representing them when you actually be paid? You know, an honest conversation with them, that lets them know that, you know, you're still in a position of control, but you want to reach out to your business partner to actually get some more advice, so we can come together and go ahead and solve this problem that you had. Because I really want to work with you guys, and I understand that you're dealing with the seller and you're actually helping them solve their problem. I want to work with you as well, so we can actually solve the problem. Sometimes you can get around where you don't even have to show proof of funds because you talk to the agent so good.
Absolutely.
She knows what she's talking about. Girl.
Absolutely.
About that.
Right. That's right. It's
you know, she's just trying to actually help.
It's
right there.
You know the thing that I've discovered is it's really a thing of your mindset and how you project yourself, how your confidence is. You know, if you project yourself in a different kind of way, you know, most sellers are not even going to ask for that proof of funds anymore after you talk to them. You know, I like what you said about just turning it back on them. You know, turning it back on them. You know, ask them the pertinent questions like, "Who are you?" And they'll realize that you're an expert. But yeah, that's some great advice, guys.
Okay, thank you guys. I do want y'all to know though, I did talk my way out of that, like I knew what I was talking about. And I was like, okay, well, let's deal with my partner, and then I'll get that proof of funds letter over to you first thing in the morning. And I was like, and if not, then I'll give you a call back and let you know when I can give it to you. And so I did talk my way out of that.
There you go.
I don't know if I'm supposed to end this here, because I was like, if I talk to somebody else and they give me advice on it, which it was Sean, I was going to hit you up about it. And I was like, if I talk to him about it and, you know, he's like, okay, well, you know, maybe we shouldn't do this. Or if he say, you know, yeah, I think we should go ahead and continue on with it, then I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with it as long as, you know, I'm more educated on what I should say and how to proceed with the deal.
Call me.
There you go. There you go. We always got partners. We're never, just understanding business, it's never all about us. It's always a partner. You know, we always got somebody that, you know, hey, I got to talk to my partner. I need to get my partner on this conversation. Hey, we need to, you know, work this out together. Let me, you know, just don't never make it seem like you're, you know, everything runs through you. You know what I'm saying? It's other decision makers. So keep that in mind. And even if you bring somebody else in, it's just gonna be smooth the way it happens, you know, because it's just everything just don't run through you, and that's the way you want to paint that picture always in business. So.
Okay, well, thanks you guys.
Thank you so much. Don't get that contract. Don't get that contract.
You get that money.
Lock it down. Lock it down.
And will, because she wants to sell, so I sure will.
All
That's
right.
right.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
All right. The next person that we have up for a question is Daryl. Welcome. What's your question?
Hey, how you doing? I actually didn't necessarily have a question. At first, I was trying to answer someone's question when they were talking about wholesaling being legal, wherever their state was. But Will answered that. So, and I actually had left and then put me back up here. So I'm up here just by default. But
Okay.
yeah. So, but I appreciate. I know pretty much everyone in here. Yeah, ran across a few guys there. But I'm not trying to take up anybody else's time who actually has a serious question.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us, Daryl. Please stay connected with us because I'm sure you have value to bring as well. So thank you so much for coming.
Appreciate it, Daryl, coming through, bro. Appreciate it, man. Thank you a lot.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
All right. The next person we have is Terrell. Welcome. What's your question?
First of all, just want to say happy MLK Day to everybody. Definitely a special day celebrating Black history. And another, I just want to thank all the moderators for your time and your energy. You guys don't get paid for this, but it's just a blessing to have you guys on the stage. Just to give all this information. A lot of people don't realize that if we went to seminars or seminars and all that, it'd be a lot of money for all this information. So I just want to say I'm thankful and I'm grateful for this platform that you guys have. So I don't necessarily, it's like a question statement. I've been in a residential real estate game in New York for quite some time now, and I'm converting over to the commercial real estate game. I don't know really that many big ballers, as you would say. I'm kind of stuck in the middle right here. I know a lot of landlords. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, yada yada yada. But I'm just a little stuck. Frank talked about it earlier. Just we need to network and be persistent and whatnot. But I have so many, buyers and sellers that I have, on my list, and only so many people that I can contact. So I'm just pretty much at a crossroad to, try to make that next step to commercial real estate. So if you guys had any tips on that, that'd be great.
I think really the commercial game is very much, just like the residential game, but even more so, I think it's a lot about who you know versus what you know, right? And just honestly, cold calling, right? There are a lot of small mom and pop type of landlords that own 10, 12, 14, 20, 40 unit type of properties that I even know personally in and around the country that may or may not be motivated at this time. So I think it is just picking up the phone and start making a lot of those connections. Of course, making more connections with commercial real estate agents is going to be beneficial to you. But even, cold calling works in all different arenas. I don't think it's just a residential game. And I know many wholesalers that only wholesale commercial property or multifamily type of property. So, that's a simple answer. But sometimes the answer is as simple as that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Absolutely. Understood.
I don't know if anyone else wanted to add in.
No, I think that was good. Anybody else want to touch on anything else about that question?
The thing is, I can cold call the hell out of everybody. Like, that's kind of like my main thing right now. It's just like everybody who I cold call, they don't have that. Because to be completely honest, I have like a 21 unit in Central New York. It's like 5 minutes away from Central New York, and it actually just came across my desk today, and they're asking $850K. It's a very good area. It's very up and coming. And just amazing on this. But I don't know anybody with that, that proof of funds, like that wow, to be like, hey, yes, I can put so and so, or it's just, it's hard.
So you're looking for private investors or hard money lenders. You're looking for somebody to come in and actually do the deal with you that has the cash flow, right?
Yeah, exactly, like the JV almost. Yeah, exactly. I just don't know, like, what do I find these people? Like, I don't, my sphere of influence is only so.
I would suggest one place to look. There's always commercial lenders out there, but also talk to your hard money guys. The money guys hang out with the money guys. So when you talk to your hard money guys, that maybe they specialize, in residential, but I guarantee you almost all of them knows a couple, if not several, guys in commercial, because those things hit their desks all the time, and they're passing those deals back and forth. That's like every hard money guy I know in Atlanta knows several commercial people. So that might be a place to look if funding is what you're after.
New York is definitely like a little more fickle at this point in time. I know a lot of people are very cliquey because, obviously COVID and whatnot, everybody's, sticking to their own markets, if not going elsewhere. A lot of people are, traveling out of New York. So that does make it a little harder. But I definitely hear what you're saying, Frank, and I'm definitely going to give the right personnel phone calls and emails and whatnot. So thank you to everybody for that information. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Just remember, everybody knows somebody, and money people always know money people. Always.
Copy that. Thank you very much.
Appreciate the question, brother. Hopefully I was able to help you.
Awesome. Thank you, Terrell. The next person that we have up for a question is Deontay.
Deontay was out earlier, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, thanks. Andres.
Okay.
I think we got Andres.
Yeah, Andres will be the last question. Okay.
Hello, thank you all. I actually have 3 questions. Is that okay?
Go for it.
Okay, thank you. So my first question is, are auto dollars necessary to begin? I've heard so many different things, so now I'm kind of confused. Should I be manually making these calls, or would auto dialing be great? I have Google, the Google phone or whatever, but I'm not sure about the auto dialer.
It depends on how fast you're calling. It depends on how you compiling your information. But I mean, they're necessary for people that just want to blow through calls or get through calls. But if you want to slow the pace down, then they may not be necessary for you. It's all just, I guess it's all just a point of preference.
One thing to keep in mind is those auto dialers are so fast now.
Yeah.
Like my assistant that does my cold calling, she actually turns it off most of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fast that it's like some person will connect and then the other thing connects and it just starts getting all wazzed up and she's like, this is more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah.
Actually does signal dial and her ability to talk to people goes up exponentially. So speed is not always the best is what we learned. So
yeah.
Thank you.
I can say the same thing, Frank. I'm glad you put that out there, man, because everybody like auto dial. That don't mean nothing. It's the ability of what your agent can actually handle. So if they can handle a triple dollar, cool. If they can handle one dial, cool. Because you can still get the same quality leads. I think everybody got to understand that when you're calling, when you qualify callers to make sure those leads are valid, you have to qualify them. So if you spend enough time on it, I don't know if Frank got his guys acquisitions or not, but you have to make sure you spend enough time on it to build rapport right that minute, and then also get into the questions that you actually have. Because I know some guys here in Atlanta, they use a quick script where they teach their callers not to build rapport. It's just about information gathering. That's cool, but I like my callers to be personal. I like them to understand who they're talking to and actually why they're talking to them. That way they can get more information out of them. So sometimes speed is good, sometimes speed is not good. You just have to make sure that you qualify that lead when you're actually on the phone with them and call. So if you're doing it by yourself, I would say start off with one person at a time.
Yeah.
But if you have the budget to actually do a 3-caller or a triple dialer, go ahead and put that in place if you know your skill set is up to par. So when it comes on,
you gotta be ready.
Be ready, because they're gonna be coming when you do that triple dollar.
Yes, sir.
Good question.
I have the skill set for that, yeah. So I'm just beginning, so maybe I need to manually call. Thank you for that.
The big thing is make the calls. Don't
That's
get confused
it.
about it. Don't get confused about, should I do $triple? Should I do $1? Should I do $2? Should I do $10? Just call. You know what I'm saying? And call within your comfort level so you'll keep doing it.
Thank you.
What's the next question?
Will, consistency is basic. Yes, sir. Consistency.
It wins every time. I'd rather you make one call every 20, 30 minutes than to make no calls or trying to figure out a $triple. Like, don't try to figure that out. Just make calls and make it to your comfort level. Because once it's at your comfort level, you're going to keep doing it. If you get confused and say, oh, I can't work this out, or oh, it's too fast, then you're going to get frustrated and then you ain't going to make calls no more. So I don't want you to get in a place where you get uncomfortable and you're not making calls. So whatever your comfort level is, just gradually grow into that.
Thank you. And then my next question is, so I found a free contract online from Flipman from YouTube, and it's the one-page contract. I believe it's just like the buy and sell agreement. And for wholesaling, would I need an additional contract for, like, I guess the ability to sell the contract, and then the clause as far as if I can't sell the property? So should I be looking for additional pages, or would the one-page buy and sell agreement be sufficient?
Right. I mean, just right in there, this contract is assignable. Don't look for anything else. Just right in there, this contract is assignable.
Main thing you need to do is take that contract to an attorney or title company, depending on which state you're in, have it reviewed, and make sure the verbiage works for your locales.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you don't have an attorney, if you don't have anybody that you can go to directly, go ahead and don't let that stop you from taking action. Just go ahead and put in there and that's good advice. But don't let that stop you from taking action. Just put in there, this contract is assignable, and move forward with it.
Andres, where are you located?
So I'm in Tennessee, and we are a title state.
Okay.
You don't have a turn.
Just like Frank said, you can send that on an email. They should be able to get back to you one day. If they don't get back to you one day, go to the next time call. Because you can get that solved really quickly. But just like Tim said, don't let that stop you. Just put on your contract that it's assignable. And that's the only statement that you need to have in the special stipulations, whatever contract you got.
Thank you.
Yep, and I would just add, Andres, if you need anything, you certainly can reach out to me for your contract review. So you can either connect with me via Instagram or just tap on my Instagram and hit the email button. Just shoot me an email if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Did you have one more question? I know you're the last question, so I want to make sure we answer your last question.
Thank you. And I want to know, would the wholesaler, provide the inspector, or would the person like the buyer be the one to provide the inspector?
Usually it'll be the buyer.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing? Andre, next time you have 3 questions, don't ask for permission. My big thing is never ask for permission, ask for forgiveness.
Thank you.
That's good advice.
That's good.
Bars.
That's good. That's good.
Hey, I don't think she was gonna leave without getting her questions answered anyway. So, but that's great advice.
So real quick, thank you so much, Andres, for that question. So real quick, I think Tim want to say something real quick, and then I want to just kind of close it out with just everybody up here. Just kind of introducing this, kind of telling people how to get in touch with them. Deanna, if you don't mind, I definitely want to add RC and I see Steven in there. So I just want to make sure that they can get added up just to, when we outro out, they can introduce themselves and tell people how to get in touch with them as well. But before we get into that outro, I think Tim got something he want to say.
I do.
I thought you wanted to say something about the dollar for dollars. I thought you.
Oh, okay, yeah. Look, guys, listen. We're just honored and we're grateful. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. There've all been some great questions, and listen. I mean, we love these questions. We love this, but just want to share with you guys something that we started. It's been almost a year now. Me and Will have been looking at it for the last couple of years. Of course, we do everything we do is free. I mean, we don't charge for anything. So, we wanted to find a way that we could add more value to our partners. And, started off, of course, by just partnering up with people, doing business with them, doing deals with them, doing recommendations and, just partnering up. But, we felt that there was more of a need because, a lot of our partners, was saying they didn't have this, they didn't have that, didn't have this, didn't have that. And me and Will, we prayed about it and just came upon this. We said, let's just start a dialing for dollars program. And, thought about it a couple of years ago, but the timing just was not right, earlier this year, God, he just, we felt that he gave us the green light to go ahead and get started with the Wholesalers R Us Dialing for Dollars program. And what this is, this is an all-inclusive free program. So you don't have to do anything but make calls. We provide, she was just talking about the dollars. Listen, we provide the dollars. So you ain't even got to think about it. Agreements, we provide agreements. So you ain't got to think about it. Leads, we provide the leads. So you don't have to think about anything but making the calls. In our Dialing for Dollars program, this has been a great program. We've had a lot of closes with this program so far. And, we've got several partners, all around. Listen, making calls, every single day and don't have to worry about anything. Again, the main thing is that you're able to take action and stop making excuses. That's the thing. No excuses for 2021. So our Dialing for Dollars program is a completely free program. No gotcha, no nothing. We provide the leads, we provide the dialer, we provide the infrastructure. Me and Will, listen, you get the lead and you get somebody that wants to sell or a person that needs to sell. And guess what? We'll do the rest. We'll handle all the rest. All you got to do is just send us an email. And listen, you can be anywhere in the country. All you got to do is send us an email to REI wholesalersus@gmail.com. That's REI wholesalersus@gmail.com. Listen, it is a completely free program. And we're looking to partner with you. Listen, if you're qualified for us and we're qualified for you, then guess what? Let's go ahead and make money together in 2021, partner.
Absolutely. So,
I need to get on that program.
I know that's right. So I appreciate that, man. And definitely, if you guys are interested in that program, that's REI wholesalersus@gmail.com, or definitely reach out to any one of us. Shoot us a DM. If for whatever reason you need a little bit more information, send us a DM, and we'll love to point you in the right direction of the program. So guys, we definitely tonight was a blessing. I really felt God's energy in the room. Just grateful for everybody who came by and answered questions. I'm grateful for all of the gentlemen that's on the stage right now, and all the ladies and gentlemen that answered questions earlier. This was an awesome event, awesome meetup. So right now we're going to go ahead and end it. But before we end it, I just want to take the time to let everybody who was here today be able to share how to actually get in contact with them. I know Steven, he kind of came in a little late, but I saw him down there. And one thing about this brother, I've been in several rooms where he's been just adding so much value, and he's been blessing the audience. I think he has a great acquisition course, that I even patronized him with, because I just seen that he would provide so much value. And I definitely, when I saw him come in, I just definitely wanted to bring him up just so he can introduce himself, and everybody else up here on the stage. So Steven, I know you just got here, man. I definitely want to start with you, and then we'll just work our way on back up.
Hey, man, I really appreciate that. I'm definitely late to the party. I probably missed out on a lot of good stuff. Thanks for having me on here. My name is Steven Morales. I'm a wholesaler, a rehabber. I do some commercials, multifamily, and I signed a publishing deal with a company called Real Advisors. It's a Fortune 500 company on education. I just like going in these rooms and just giving out, as much information as possible. I've been doing sales for over 12 years, and I'm pretty good at acquisitions. And lately, I've been promoting the course that I had. I mean, before COVID, people paid $2,000 for it. After COVID, we brought it down to 500, and then the publishing company said I can promote it only on Clubhouse for like $100. And I was like, what the hell? Like, you go from $2,000 to $100, but just look into it. There's a promo code. Whether you buy it or not, it doesn't offend me. I mean, I'm not a pushy sales guy, but you guys could just look it on your own. And I'm more than happy to, help you out with any acquisitions questions you guys may have. And Friday, I'm going to be doing live calls in Clubhouse and on YouTube, so you guys might want to tune into that. It doesn't cost anything. Thanks for having me on here, man.
I appreciate that, brother. Appreciate you stopping by, man. Always providing value, and definitely y'all look him up, and he's the real deal. So I appreciate you, Stephen, for stopping by. What you got, Sean?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate you, Will, Tim, Frank, Trent, Malhar, and Stephen, brother. Acquisitions, bro. That's what I'm learning. You know what I mean? So that's my thing about sales. I think a lot of people don't understand. You got to be a salesperson in this business. And you also got to be a people person. So you got to also know when to turn that salesy off and know when to turn it on. You know what I mean? To use your skills to your advantage. So a good book that I would ask everybody to actually download or actually go buy at the bookstore is Never Split the Difference. I think that's a good book by Chris Voss. If you get that book, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So you can get me on Instagram, Sean Rolak. That's SEANOULHAC. You can see it in my profile. You can find me on all media sites. And I'm here also on Clubhouse on Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll be co-hosting with my fellow partners in the business. They're doing the same thing that we're doing. And like I said, I'm just here to add value and continue to learn. I love my brothers Will and Tim, because with Christ, we can't do nothing but good. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. Appreciate you guys. Trent, Frank, we got to do some business, brother. Malhar, we got to do some business. So y'all see I'm networking, right? So y'all got to pay attention to what we're saying, and also how we're reaching out to other individuals so we can actually do business together and close some deals for 2021.
Appreciate that, Sean, man. I've shared a couple of rooms with Sean, man, and he just brings so much energy, man. His vibe is just contagious, man, and I appreciate you, brother. We in the same market, and definitely, man, look forward to us working together real soon, man. So appreciate that, bro.
Thank you, Sean.
Mahar, what you got?
Hey guys, thanks again for having me up here. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure, Will and Tim. And so I'm in Atlanta. If you guys are selling deals, I'm a real cash buyer. I can close as soon as you got clear title. So definitely send us deals. We're always buying. Easy way to get in touch with me is check out my profile and hit me on Instagram. I actually do answer most of my messages, so it should be good. And one thing I just want to leave you guys with, Frank was talking earlier about, 302 no's before Walt Disney got a yes. I always like to share my first story on my first deal. It was 120 offers before I got my first deal. So that's less than 302. So I think I had a better road than Walt Disney. But here's the thing. Once you decide that you're going to be successful in this business, it's just a matter of time before you land on your first deal. And with resources like the gentleman and lady up here, I don't think you guys can fail. You only fail if you do quit, as Will said earlier. So that's the last thing I want to leave you guys with if you are starting out in this business or if you're looking for your next deal. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate that, Mahar. Appreciate you, bro. Y'all make sure y'all follow him. Trent, what you got, bro?
Appreciate you guys having me on stage. It's always good doing business with you guys, Tim and Will. Anybody who wants to find me, you can find me on Instagram at Trent Spencer _. You can also send me a text at 770-746-1421 with any type of questions that you guys have where I can help you. I'm currently buying in the Atlanta, Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, and Orlando market. So if you have any properties you sell, please send it over to deals@atlmarketgenie.com. Once again, thank you guys for having me on stage.
Thank you, bro.
Appreciate that, Trent, man. Frank, what you got, bro?
Enjoyed the time as always. And yes, Sean, definitely got to connect here in the local ATL for sure. Trent, same as well. I don't think we've sat down yet, so I'm looking forward to that. As far as us, so we play in all kinds of playgrounds, as I mentioned. So if you need to JV, I'm happy to JV with you. If you need to sell me a deal, we are buyers as well, whether it's rehabs, rentals, new construction, we play in all those areas. You can send me deals at info at workingwithhouses.com. Info@workingwithhouses.com. My number is 678-408-2228. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, so on and so forth. But, you know, again, if you just want to call me to chat, you got questions, I'm happy to help. Just hit me up. We'd love to add value and network with you and just hopefully be a small piece of your journey to success.
Appreciate that, Frank. And I'm gonna go ahead and close me and Tim out together, and then we're gonna let Deanna, finish us out. So again, guys, thank you for joining our Real Estate Motivational Mindset Monday. We do this call every Monday at 8 p.m. So, guys, the reason again behind this call is for us to motivate and inspire you to push forward towards your purpose. I just think that mindset is the kryptonite to a lot of you guys' success. So we want to be able to get through it by pushing you towards your purpose, and it's all mental. You have to renew your mind. You have to get to a point where your why is going to drive you towards success. So that's the purpose of this call. Please join us every Monday at 8 p.m. If you guys next Monday, hopefully you guys can bring some people, ping some people in. We look forward to you. Follow us at REI Wholesalers of Us. We're on Meetup. We have a Facebook page. We have an awesome YouTube channel that has a lot of our past Motivational Mindset Monday calls. And also, you can follow us on Facebook. Tim is Tim Harvey on Facebook. On Instagram, you can click his profile and follow him on Instagram, or you can go to who is Tim Harvey. On Facebook, I'm William Galloway. On Instagram, you can click my profile, follow me, or you can go to @Uncle Bill by Houses. And guys, we definitely grateful that you guys, spent some time with us tonight. Glad we was able to answer some questions. I really look forward to answering and any questions you guys have. And again, if you're interested in the Drive for Dollars program, DM us, send us an email. If you got any questions related to mindset wholesaling, feel free to DM me or Tim, and we definitely would love to answer your questions. Again, God is good always. Allow him to work through you, give you the vision, show you what you need to do, and take action. So guys, thank you again. We look forward to talking to you guys next Monday at 8 p.m. And again, I'm gonna go ahead and let Deanna close it out because she has this awesome real estate talk club house room. Guys, click that green house up there. She has awesome events every single day. So Deanna, thank you again for this platform, just allowing us to speak tonight.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being here and just pouring into us. Listen, you guys, this has been my secret weapon, okay? I am locked in with Will and Tim every single Monday since they started this call, unless something like directly conflicts. I'm locked in, okay? Every Monday at 8. And so I'm super excited that they were able to share the call on Clubhouse, and it will be a reoccurring thing every Monday at 8. So if you want to get a notification about it, all you have to do is hit the green house. As well as follow all of us on stage because we'll all pretty much be here. So follow us. So me, Tim, Will, as well as everybody on stage. So Frank, Trent, Mahar, Sean, and Steven. We are always in real estate rooms sharing information, typically together, but sometimes we're in separate rooms. So you want to make sure that you don't miss out. So hit the follow button and definitely follow Real Estate Talk. We want to make this club amazing. We are working diligently to host more rooms. I've been kind of coordinating with my real estate different. So we're working to really do more rooms and bring you more value as the way that I know that they can. So if you guys need anything from me, my name is Deanna Britt again. I am an attorney in Atlanta, Georgia, and I also own Law Clerk on Demand. I know we talked a lot about lists tonight, so if you have questions about how to get lists from your local courthouse, certainly tap my social media link in my profile. I'm Law Clerk on Demand on all social media, or you can go to our website, lawclerkondemand.com, and grab free training on finding deals at the courthouse, specifically probate, evictions, divorce list. You can go watch that training literally right now. So if you guys need anything from me, certainly send me a DM, or if you have an idea that you'd like to hear from Real Estate Talk Club, let me know. But we thank you so much for being here, and I think that is everything. So thank you to all the moderators, everyone on stage for being here tonight. This was awesome.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Deanna. Tim, appreciate you guys. Great.
Y'all, family. Appreciate you.
Thank y'all. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, see y'all next Monday. All right, guys. See you in the next room.
All right, thank you. And to family that's still here, listen, guys, we certainly appreciate you guys sticking with us. Again, like we said, we are going to be on Google starting next week, and we are going to be sending out everybody notifications on how to join with us next week. Of course, we're also going to be on Clubhouse, so we will no longer be doing Zoom starting next week. We will be on Google. We will send everybody notifications next Monday at 8:00 p.m. Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday. We certainly appreciate you guys sticking on for the extended version of Money Making Motivational Mindset Monday. Had so many questions, and we are so grateful to our community for jumping on with us. So we're going to sign off tonight. If you guys have any questions, send us an email out to reiwholesalersrus@gmail.com. That's reiwholesalersrus@gmail.com. If you want to join our Dialing for Dollars program, also send that email out to reiwholesalersrus@gmail.com. Listen, we'll see if you're good for us, and we're good for you guys. And again, like I said, God bless you guys. Good night, and we love you. Peace.